Hola, buenos días, día 2 en Ciudad de México. Hoy vamos a la Catedral y algunos templos. Here's a little tianguis that we bought some gifts at. I bought a hat. I really liked this hat a lot. And yeah, they had some protest signs here around the statue. I'm not sure the reason why. Um, but anyways, yeah, we kept walking. There were so many things for sale. You had to really watch out and make sure you were getting something for the right price. Here's the cathedral. It is gorgeous. Huge cathedral in the center. Here's me. But yeah, everything here was like super duper covered in gold. I don't think I'd ever seen that much gold before. Here's JP2 again and a big organ. I wish we had heard it play, but it looks really gorgeous. I'm sure it sounds just as good. I loved the design on the ceilings. It wasn't as decorated on the ceiling, but yeah, pause here, take a screenshot or something. Here's some good Bible verses for when you're struggling that were there. Anyways, yeah, this was a lot of gold, and like the longer you kept looking at it, the more details you saw. So I thought that was pretty cool, but also like a lot. Like that's just wow. Like it almost feels like too much. Like you don't even see the tabernacle because of how much is going on. But it's all for the glory of God. So it was beautiful. It was just a lot I've never seen. Yeah, I thought this was a really pretty cathedral, and I'm pretty sure it's the first one in Mexico, so it's also super impressive. Yeah, so then we left and we headed right next door to a museum with some temples from the Mexica. It's like a dual temple. It had two parts to it. It's like a replica of what it had potentially looked like before. Um, yeah, it was cool to see the different style of architecture and how it's right next to the cathedral. Apparently, there's another pyramid underneath the cathedral. It has been buried by time. But yeah, it was cool to see this old architecture. I've never seen anything this old, which I keep saying in this series. But this was, I think, from either the 1300s ish or 1100s. These plants are huge. I'd never seen a plant that looked like this that huge. I know it looks small in the picture, but it's probably taller than me when it was like on eye level. Yeah, I liked that one picture because it kind of shows what it could have looked like. It's easy to visualize what it could have looked like. I like the frogs here. There's a lot of frog symbolism and snake symbolism in this architecture, and in general with the Mexica. I don't know why I look so jump scared there. Oh, I liked this one because it has some of the original pigment, which is pretty cool. You have to kind of zoom in to see, but the red is like the original paint that was there, um, made by the people who planted that. Some more of the big plants, like an altar. This is a replica, I later found out. They just repainted it in the style that they assume it might have been colored in, since those were some common hues that were used. This one's also a replica, the real one.
Como el inframundo.
¿Qué?
El inframundo.
¿Qué es eso? Here's a statue of a guy dressed like an eagle. Eagles are very important in their history. Here's a symbol that reminded me of a magatama, but I couldn't find out the actual significance if there was one or if it's just decorative. Here's a like mock-up of everything. There's a little cathedral there. This guy was like really important in the art, in like looking up the architecture and the archaeology here. He's from Germany, which surprised me. And that statue, I got a picture of it because I thought my sister would like it. And this is an incense burner that the Mexica would use, and an eagle statue that allegedly took up like their offerings. Here's the original image that was outside that they have kept pretty safe. And then here's the cool statue, like painted again, like the colors that would be guessed. And then these, I just thought were kind of funny looking. But yeah, I thought this was really cool to get to see a lot of the art that these people had made in the past. And this one was also a huge original thing that was found of depicting one of their goddesses. This one was their god of death, and this one's just enough. My favorite part of going to all these museums was the cool and creative like displays that they had. Like I really love like this kind where it like replicates what it could have looked like to be in a square. There's a comal tamales. I just thought that was really awesome. And then here was the tomb of the first Archbishop of Mexico, I think, or maybe not sure. But here's some cool porcelain from China, and then a map showing like how it got all the way to Mexico, which I think was pretty cool to see how the world was so connected even back then. Um, yeah, this was a little stained glass fragment that they found. I thought this was cool, so I'll just leave this here. You can read that if you want. I like how in the history here you can find Catholicism everywhere. I think it's beautiful. Here's the cathedral. But yeah, like things like this you don't
Las
find in American
pirámides,
history.
pero podríamos pues simplemente cambiarlo de día en vez de mañana jueves, pues ir el viernes. Pues no, solamente que Val quiera ir el jueves a las pirámides. Okay.
But yeah, so we made it. We were really hungry and our tummies kind of hurt, so enjoy vegan food. But this was exactly what I needed, and it was actually so scrumptious. I went back. Here's my second plate. I did not get dessert. That mango was my dessert, but it was really yummy. I got to try a lot of new food that I had never even heard of before. And it was just a cool, fun, like relaxed ambiance called Terra Nostra, which I think is either Italian or Latin. It sounds more Latin to me. Yep. This is the military college, I think, if I remember correctly. Just a view from my window. It was rainy again, like clockwork. Got to go to mass with my cousin later that evening. This church was so gorgeous. Like this is just their home parish, and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, I got an esquite later with Cinti, and it was really, really yummy. It was not as good as the one I had in Durango, but it was really, really yummy. Yeah, we had a little movie night later. We watched a Studio Ghibli movie, and yeah, I really enjoyed the evening. It was very relaxed. So